Good morning, everybody. We are back with a Bonanza. I realize I've done a weight and balance video before, but I'm going to do another one, and this time I'm going to focus a little bit more on the calculations and less on the actually getting on the scales, but I will film that and probably do a little voiceover talking about what's actually going on. So we've already got the scales all plugged in and turned on, zeroed out. We're going to go ahead and tow this thing up onto the scales. We'll then go ahead and level it and get all the weights off of it. I've got the datum and all of the wheel numbers off of the old weight and balance forms, so I will use those. But without any further ado, let's get this thing on the scales. Hell, man, you can do it right now. Don't let me hold you up. Nice.
So while the owner and I struggle to get the aircraft on jacks, I figured I would let you guys know that I've actually been really sick over the past couple days. Obviously, it is Thanksgiving weekend. I came down with something Thanksgiving Day while at my parents' house, which was a bit disappointing because I wasn't able to eat very much food. So I didn't put a whole lot of effort into editing this video. But at any rate, I do hope that you still enjoy it.
The front one, the wheel was spinning the ramp back.
I see. Go ahead and come back. Well, that didn't work, did it? This does sound weird, but
Alright.
so now I guess the ramp didn't move, right? Or the scale didn't move.
Scale didn't move, just the ramp. Which, you know, what I can do is I can just basically stand on it for the time being while it's coming up. But at some point, the foot has to come off. But hopefully, I'll try like this.
The other option, if it's possible.
Uh-huh.
Go ahead.
Alright, you ready?
Yeah.
Nope.
I got a better idea. I got a better idea.
Alright.
We got a lawnmower over there with a lot more horsepower.
Oh, yeah, true.
Sorry. That's a trial of errors. We're gonna do that again. We're gonna try that one more time with the big guns in and see if it goes how it's supposed to go. All right, you ready, sir? Chop the nose wheel so that it doesn't move, and let's get the tow bar off. We'll edit all that out. Okay, so we got it up on the scales. We leveled it for the Bonanza. Sorry, I have to squat down because my camera's low. For the Bonanza, the leveling means are 2 screws back there on the back of the fuselage. You drop a plumb bob between the 2 of them, and you'll know when you're level. And our final numbers were 1,095 on the right main, nose was 530, and then the left was 1081. So we're gonna go ahead and service everything the way it's supposed to be serviced because we had to inflate the main tires and like deflate the nose completely. So we're gonna go ahead and service everything, get it off the scales, and then I will see y'all back in my office to actually do the math for all of this. let's load everything back up. So as promised, we are in my office. I've actually completed the records, but I'm gonna go ahead and show them to you rather than stepping through all the math for each individual step. I'll just show you what the final numbers were and kind of how I do it, how I do the form. Of course, you can use whatever form you want. But here's my scale readings on the left. This is my weights, obviously scale readings in pounds, my total. That's actually a negative, and I'll explain that in a second. And then my tare weights, so that would be like chocks or anything. And we actually zeroed the chocks before we put the airplane on the scales, so the zeros, or the tare weights for this are all zero. So my weights are exactly the same. The arm here is going to be my distance in inches from the datum. On this aircraft, the datum is, I think it's the tip of the propeller spinner. It's actually measured from the jack points. It's like 86 inches forward to the jack points or something like that. But at any rate, the nose wheel ends up being 12 and the mains end up being 96.5 inches. So your weight times your arm will equal your moment. You then add all of your weights and all of your moments. Of course, I did a total as weighed here of 2706 with 216,344 inch-pounds for my moment. And then I subtracted 444 pounds of fuel. That's the 74 gallons of usable gas at 6 pounds per gallon at a station of 76, and that equals a negative 33,744 inch-pounds. So that plus that equals 182,600 inch-pounds divided by 2,262 pounds, and I get a new empty weight CG of 80.7, which I'm inclined to believe because before we removed all the vacuum system from the cowling, it was like 79.9 something. So about a half inch or so is what it moved, and we pulled about 14 pounds out of the nose. So there you go. That's how I do it. I also put all the aircraft information up here at the top. I've covered it up. I've got the date and the model, but I left the IN number and serial number off. And then down here on the bottom right is where I put my information. I sign it, put my certificate number, the date, and all that goodness. So I'll put one of these in the aircraft's permanent records. I'll scale it down and make a small one that I throw inside the POH, and then I usually keep one for myself. I have a file cabinet at the house that's just full of all my STCs and 337s and all the documentation that I've submitted over the years. But there you go. That's how I do it. Nice, simple, easy video for you. If you enjoyed it, if you liked the video, make sure you leave us a like, leave us a comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Go join the Discord, follow me on Instagram, and as always, go build something and be easy.